Welcome to Chip Boy. Today I'll be sharing about crankshaft deflection. Now, the deflection na to applicable para sa main engine and sa generator. But today, we'll be taking deflection of main engine. Let's go!
Sometimes on board, kumukuha tayo ng crankshaft deflection just only to comply the company procedure para sa PMS natin, which is normally every 6 months or twice a year, without knowing the importance of it. Then, kung ano na lang yung naituro ng mga nakasama natin before, or either yung sinusundan natin sa barko na yun na rin yung nagiging pamamaraan natin. But in this discussion, pag-aralan natin kung paano yung tamang pagkuha ng crankshaft deflection. Ano nga ba yung pwede maka-apekto sa resulta ng crankshaft deflection natin? Paano ba i-compute o i-calculate yung horizontal and vertical deflection? Na wherein marami sa mga kasama natin, they are not familiar about this horizontal and vertical deflection, pero nakikita nila sa manual or nakikita nila sa mga company forms nila. Okay, before we go on, kung bago ka pa lang sa channel ito, please don't forget to subscribe to Chip Boy. Okay, so balik tayo sa crankshaft deflection. Okay, so yung ginagawa nating measurement sa one rotation ng crankshaft natin is known as the crankshaft deflection. We are measuring the distance of the crank web in one complete revolution of the crankshaft. Over the time kasi na yung main engine natin or generator is running, so maaring yung mga bearings niya ay magkaroon ng wear. Inyong wear na is pwedeng hindi maging uniform across the whole length of the crankshaft. Therefore, the regular interval of crankshaft deflection is a way to check or to know kung yung crankshaft natin, yung alignment niya is still within the permissible limit. Actually, yung defect ng crankshaft, bibihira naman mangyari ito. Nga lang kung sakaling mangyari, this is very dangerous para sa makina natin, either sa main engine or sa generator. And the repairing process is very costly. Medyo mahal talaga siya. O sadya talagang mahal, no? Kasi marami kang papalitan. Kapag nagkaroon kasi ng deformation or ng defects ng crankshaft, eventually, some or mga associated parts yan, may sira na rin. So talagang mahal yung magiging repairing process. Yung crankshaft deformation by bending ay maaring resulta ito ng iba't ibang mga pangyayari or aksidente na nangyari sa makina. Katulad halimbawa ng failure ng connecting rod natin. Sa mga generator, meron tayong termino na anamintana, no? Okay, it could be dahil sa engine overload, maaring sa generator or sa main engine. Maaring dahil sa strong vibration or maaring dahil sa katagalan na rin ng paggamit ng bearing natin, nagkaroon na ng wear yung mga bearings natin. Or it could be isa sa silindro mo is mataas yung Pmax, siya nagkakaroon ng uneven distribution of load. At marami pang iba-ibang kaso na nagiging dahilan na kung paano nagkakaroon o bakit nagkakaroon tinatawag na crankshaft deformation or bend. No? So, sa isang banda, at tanong naman ng iba, kailan ba tayo kailangan kumuha ng crankshaft deflection? Under the normal running condition, both sa main engine at sa generator mo, normally we are taking every 6 months, nasa PMS natin or twice a year. Or kapag nagpalit ka ng main bearing, or either sa main engine at sa generator yun or either nag-overhaul ka ng generator mo, or either before and after naman ng dry docking, or maaring dahil na-ground yung barko mo, you have to check even yung crankshaft deflection. At maraming pang ibang sitwasyon na kailangan mong kumuha ng crankshaft deflection just to know kung yung alignment ng crankshaft mo is still within the permissible limit. Kung kukuha tayo ng crankshaft deflection, ano ba yung mga dapat natin isaalang-alang? Unang-una, dapat naka-float yung barko natin. No? Hindi siya pwedeng kunin sa dry dock, na kung saan nandun siya sa karo or nasa floating or sa graveyard. And pangalawa, dapat yung crankshaft natin is nakaresya sa main bearing. Actually, itong pangalawa na to, it's really hard to determine. No, ang ginagawa lang natin, pinapatay lang natin yung, pinapara lang natin yung low ball pump natin, knowing na nakarest na yung crankshaft natin sa mga main bearings. And pangatlo, lahat ng mga indicator crack natin, indicator valve must be open kasi para sa pag-turning natin. Ano naman yung mga pwede maka-apekto sa resulta ng crankshaft deflection natin? Unang-una, yung engine temperature. So, yung crankshaft deflection varies to the engine temperature. Kaya, very important when we are taking the crankshaft deflection, it should be in a cold engine or in a cold state. But of course, sa sea trial, may dalawang pamamaraan sila. Kumukuha sila sa mainit na makina at sa malamig na makina. And pangalawa, the vessel condition. Pag sinabi natin the vessel condition is considering the ballast or the laden condition. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na hugging and sagging. It could affect. Okay, sa laden condition, we are considering even also the displacement o yung cargo natin. And also the trim of the vessel. These are the factors that greatly affects yung resulta ng crankshaft deflection natin. In measuring the crankshaft deflection, mayroon tayong tinatawag na dalawang position. The crank position and the gauge position. Huwag kayong malilito. Walang ibang pamamaraan ng pagkuha ng crankshaft deflection. Hindi po dalawa, isa lang ang pamamaraan. Okay, this is just only the positioning. Okay, in order for you to determine this position, it should be always facing the flywheel para mas madaling maintindihan. Kasi baka kung saan kayo nakaharap, harap kayo sa aft o harap kayo sa forward. No, sa iba kasi is facing forward. Of course nga naman, kapag nandito ka sa may flywheel, sa main engine, no, facing forward of the vessel. So yung flywheel natin. But in order for you to easily understand, this position is facing the flywheel. Yan. Okay. So this is just only a positioning para sa pagkuha. Kasi minsan, yung iba nalilito daw sila. Yung company form nila is nasa gauge position. Then sa manual is crank position. Or sa iba naman is vice versa. Hindi dalawa ang pamamaraan ng pagkuha ng crankshaft deflection. This is just only the positioning. Na kapag nandito sa baba, yung crank mo, bottom port, on the opposite side, andito naman yung gauge mo about 30 degrees. Okay. And paikot na siya. And that's it. This is just only about the positioning. Nalilitong ilan kung ano nga daw bang susundin ng procedure sa pagkuha ng deflection. Mag-umpisa ba sila sa bottom port or bottom starboard? Clockwise rotation ba o anti-clockwise rotation? Okay, tingnan natin yung instruction manual ng iba-ibang engine makers. Mag-start tayo sa Mitsui MAN B&W. From the yard, kumuha sila ng deflection and it was taken an anti-clockwise rotation. So yung result ng inspection nasa manual to. And they have used the term BE, E, T, C, and BC. Ang positioning ay nag-uumpisa sa BE or bottom exhaust or bottom starboard. That while on the same manual, meron siyang isang blank form for crankshaft deflection. Maker's form ito. And makikita natin sa form na it is in a clockwise rotation. At ang gamit na term ay B1, M, T, E, and B2. B1 stands for bottom maneuvering side or bottom port. And B2 stands for bottom exhaust side or bottom starboard. Pero pagdating sa procedure na napagkuha ng deflection, ang sabi ay set the dial gauge at the B2 or near bottom or bottom starboard. And rotation will be anti-clockwise. At ang gamit na term ay B2, E, T, C, and B1. Okay, the head rotation ng makina na to is clockwise. Nagulo ba kayo? Iba-iba yung term na ginamit, ano? Iba yung positioning term na ginamit nung sea trial, iba yung positioning term na ginamit dun sa blank form ng maker, at iba naman yung positioning term na ginamit naman doon sa procedure. Silipin naman natin ng Hitachi MAN B&W. In the instruction manual, it has a record of inspection na kung saan ang deflection ay kinuha sa clockwise rotation. On the same manual as per procedure, sabi, set the dial gauge to 0 at the B1 or near bottom, which is a bottom port. Okay, so clockwise rotation siya pareho. Sa Hyundai MAN B&W naman, before the sea trial, the deflection was taken in clockwise rotation as well. No, katulad siya ng Hitachi MAN B&W. And sa procedure, it states that set the dial gauge to 0 at the B1 in clockwise rotation. So, yung Hitachi at saka Hyundai MAN B&W, pareho sila. Karamihan ng deflection na kinukuha ng engine maker sa shop trial or sa sea trial ay sa clockwise rotation. Pero regardless sa rotation, the formula ng vertical and horizontal deflection is the same. So in this video, we'll be taking the crankshaft deflection in a clockwise rotation. So let's begin with the measurement of crankshaft deflection. Unang-una, you have to position the gauge about 30 degrees now on the bottom port. Okay, merong punch mark doon na kung saan natin nilalagay sa may crank web niya. Okay, once na na-fix mo na siya, okay, you have to move the gauge sa 0 position. This is the bottom port. Then, after setting your deflection gauge, you have to turn the crankshaft clockwise and proceed taking the measurement sa lahat ng mga angle or sa mga bawat position. From bottom port, top, starboard, and bottom starboard. Then, you have to repeat the process para sa lahat ng mga cylinder. Kapag yung gauge natin is turning clockwise, ang reading niya ay negative. Meaning, yung crank wave natin is closing downward. While, kapag ang gauge naman is turning anti-clockwise, ang reading niya ay positive. Meaning, yung crank wave natin is opening downward. O ibig sabihin, bumubuka siya. Dito marami nagkakamali, no? Kapag yung gauge kasi is nag-turn clockwise, immediately they conclude that it is a positive reading. Kapag nag-anti-clockwise, negative naman. Okay, let's have the analysis. Dito sa gauge na to, when you are pushing the needle of the gauge, yung pointer natin is turning clockwise, right? This represents that the crank wave is closing downward. So, closing downward siya, meaning it is a negative reading. While, when you are releasing the needle, the gauge will turning anti-clockwise. And this represents that the crank wave is opening downward. So, ibig sabihin, ang reading nito is positive. But the Yanmar engine, meron silang special gauge that when you push the needle, so it represents na nagko-closing downward yung crank wave mo. But the pointer of the gauge will turn anti-clockwise. So, yung reading niya is negative. Meron na siyang mark na negative. That when you release the needle, yung pointer niya is magta-turn siya clockwise. And the reading is positive. Makikita niyo sa gauge, meron na rin siyang sign na positive. Para hindi kayo malito kung saan ba yung negative at saka positive reading, just simply press or push the needle of your deflection gauge. Kung saan man pumunta yung pointer niya, kung kanan man yung rotation niya o kaliwa, whichever, kung saan man siya, that is the negative reading. Meaning to say, no, yung crank wave natin is closing downward. Halimbawa, nakakuha ka ng 5, 6, or 7 sa deflection gauge. Ang tanong ng ilan, ano isusulat namin sa company form? Isulat ba namin ang 5? Isulat ba namin ang 0.5, 0.05, 0.005? Okay. Nabasa nyo ba o nabuklat nyo ba yung manual ng main engine nyo no, sa sea trial? Kasi may mga sea trial data. Kumukuha dyan ng crankshaft deflection. Have you not noticed na mga whole number siya? 5, 6, 7, 18 o 18.5. Wala sila yung mga 0.05, mga 0.005 o 0.007. Same lang naman yung graduation ng gauge na ginamit natin. Understanding the gauge, no, ang unit ng gauge natin is 1/100. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, even sa manual or even sa mga company forms, may nakalagay yan na 1/100 per unit. So meaning to say, no need na isulat mo pa. Halimbawa, nakakuha ka ng 4. No need na isulat mo po ang 0.04. Kasi the gauge itself, it explains. So the form itself, it explains. No? So just write kung ano yung nakuha mo sa gauge, sa deflection gauge, yun na yung isulat mo doon sa company form or sa form na ginagamit mo in taking the measurement of crankshaft deflection. Halimbawa, meron ka ng measurement, kompleto na sa lahat ng cylinder. Meron ka ng bottom port, top, starboard, and bottom starboard. But, meron pang dalawa, no? Ito yung tinatawag nating vertical at saka horizontal deflection. In some forms, merong forms, halimbawa sa amin, itong TV na to is the vertical deflection. Top to bottom. The PS is the horizontal deflection. Okay, port in starboard. Sa iba naman, halimbawa, okay, dito sa form na to, sa main engine, this is Hitachi. Ang formula ng vertical deflection is top minus, open parenthesis, bottom starboard plus bottom port, close parenthesis, divided by 2. While for horizontal deflection, port minus starboard or P minus S. So let's start to calculate the vertical and horizontal deflection. From this sample, let's take the figure of cylinder number 1 and number 2. By the way, kailangan nating i-apply ang rule ng mathematics. Kaya minsan, medyo nakakalito dahil sa mga signs. Sige, isa-isahin natin. Then, we'll check yung dalawang silindro. Thank you for watching Chip Boyet. No, para sa maraming pang technical videos, just visit my YouTube channel, Chip Boyet. At again, kung bago ka pa lang sa channel ito, don't forget to subscribe. And pakishare na rin sa mga kilala natin para makatulong tayo sa marami pa nating kasamang marinong Filipino. Thank you and God bless us all.